A tax vote is on the ballot for Tuesday in South Hadley. And 22 News reporter Kaylee Thomas joins us live in studio after speaking to the town administrator about what voters need to know before heading to the polls.
Ciara, voters will be facing a complex choice on the ballot regarding two Proposition 2.5 override questions. It's a decision that will have a lasting impact on the town's budget. The South Hadley Select Board voted last month on asking voters to decide on an override for the first time since the early 1990s. Two Proposition 2.5 override amounts will be on the ballot for the town election on Tuesday. One of the questions would raise $9 million in new tax revenue over 4 years, while the other would raise $11 million over 5 years. If either override passes, it will permanently raise the tax levy on July 1st.
There's not a lot of ways that towns can raise revenue. State aid is about 25% and falling as a percentage of the budget. So unfortunately, that means that local property taxes are well over 50% and probably growing as a percentage of our revenue.
Town Administrator Lisa Wong says this 50% would be a gradual increase over time and not all at once. Wong explains what that means for the overall budget.
I would be able to increase the revenue, and therefore we would be able to reevaluate some of the cuts that we decided to make, and that would certainly restore some services that would be really critical to students in the community here.
And if the overrides are not approved,
from more limited hours at the library to services being cut at the senior center, cutbacks in some of the park maintenance. So it's kind of across the board, and especially the school department is certainly looking at some reductions.
In case both override amounts are approved, the larger one, $11 million, goes into effect. After the voting process, the budget is expected to be reevaluated, and then a final vote on the budget will be made in May. Polls on Tuesday will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at South Hadley High School. Working for you, Kaylee Thomas, 22 News.